how to preserve and restore their personal photographic collections with Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Photoshop Elements. Now you can have me as your personal instructor in this 10-lesson course. After studying the videos and easy-to-read workbook, you'll finish with a firm foundation of how to use Adobe Photoshop or any other photo editing program confidently and correctly.
So there we have it. We have a very short but concise presentation on beginning a restoration of a really rough photograph. There's so many other things that we got to do with this picture. I think that if we were to do a little promo, we would say, and next, Eric will remove the spots. And after that, he will rebuild the missing areas. And then, before it's all said and done, how to get rid of that nasty moire. See? So, let's try. There's always so many things I want to talk about. And of course, I'm always so hopeful that someone will come up with some questions to send me. But I'm always so excited I'll forget. So I've kept this one in the folder for this particular job. And in our next show, I really want to tackle it. If I don't get it in the next show, we'll get it in another show. I did want to kind of finish up that colorizing one from a few episodes ago. But I dealt enough with that particular aspect. This particular picture, actually, I wanted to actually work on because it is so unique. It's unique in many ways. And again, you think, oh, this is just a silly photograph, but it really has a lot of meaning to it, especially for the owner of it. So you really got to think. I don't like this photograph, this snapshot, even of your own collection. But believe me, it's really important to keep it. It's really important. And not only keep it, but to preserve it. So you got all them old photos in the basement, in the attic. Well, Lord, get them out of the basement and the attic, especially if it's not climate controlled. Get into a dry spot, 50% humidity, PVC-free, lignin-free containers. Get it out of those awful magnetic albums from the early 80s, the mid 80s. Just take care of your history, because the population of the human species is very large and is very much growing, and the diversity is becoming more and more intense. Yet, we're almost like on the verge of a what do you call almost a catastrophe with what we're doing to the planet and to our environment. And eventually it's going to, like a rubber band, snap back. And there's going to be a lot of destruction. People's houses will be covered in water, whatever, sand, desert. Everything is changing so quickly that you really, even though it may not happen in your lifetime or your children's lifetime, you actually have a responsibility to preserve your history, especially your photographic history, for future people, for people who are coming down the line. And you have to do it in a way that's resilient. You have to do it in a way that can withstand catastrophes. And if you just pay me $9.95 a month, no, seriously, all you have to do is just some basic things that I always teach, and that is scan what you have, make redundant copies, and spread them out. You got a relative and you live in Illinois and you got a relative in Texas, send them a copy of your work, of your scans. You got to have your hard drive backup while you're scanning it. Then you got to have your optical media, which is your CDs, your DVDs. You got to make duplicates of those. You know, it sounds like a lot, but believe me, if your house burns down, or it's flooded out, or it gets whacked by a tornado, and everything is gone, yet you know that your sister, like I know for sure, I know my sister in North Carolina has a copy of a lot of archives on a CD. I don't know if she knows where it is now, but at least it's sent down there. You know, if I was to call her and say, give me that CD, she might just be able to pull it out. But if not, she'll just have to take time to look for it. But at least someone else has it. Okay? So I want you to do that. I want you to make redundant copies. Well, that's it. Just remember, don't judge your own photographs. Don't judge other people's photographs. Just fix them up appropriately. Scan them in. Make good copies of them. Spread them around. Okay? And think about the future. Think about generations beyond you when you're dealing with your family photos. Do not think about yourself. Do not think about convenience. Do not. And this is Eric Basir, and I am signing off until, and so is my little screen back there, signing off until the next show.
What makes a good scan?
What is a selection?
What are layers?
What is resolution?
What is a JPEG?
What is TIFF?
What is RGB?
How do I crop a picture?
What is a zoom tool?
What is a clone stamp?
What are levels?
My name is Eric Basir, and I have produced this unique photo restoration and retouching foundations video course to answer all these questions and more. In my classes and workshops, I have taught hundreds how to preserve and restore their personal photographic collections with Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Photoshop Elements. Now you can have me as your personal instructor in this 10-lesson course. After studying the videos and easy-to-read workbook, you'll finish with a firm foundation of how to use Adobe Photoshop or any other photo editing program confidently and correctly.